If you're new, press the bell icon to get the latest notifications.
Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to a Luna Classic video update. And guys, I actually ended up buying Luna Classic at this point right now, 15,000 or nearly 16,000 right there for the long term. Now this is like a bag that I took for the next 2-3 years. So basically I've been saying this again. I actually wanted to buy this at 10,000. That was my initial plan. Always was the plan for this one to come down there. But hey, fine. I'm still happy. The green box target I gave you, that is met. Can you still come down to 10,000 or not? As long as you're below here, 14,335. I actually thought that, hey, we're not gonna actually move, to the upside, and we do have chances to drop down, and that target seems not to be made. Now let's make a very lengthy talk about Luna Classic. After a long time, it's time to flip again. Or perhaps just flipping is the only option left to the upside. And let's go back to history. Let's talk about the coin from the beginning again, and where potentially from here we're headed. And if you're new to the channel, guys, do make sure you're turning on the notification, because we might see it, this coin being volatile for the next coming few days. I think a rally can happen for Luna Classic personally. Alright, we started with this dumps to the downside, made the updates here. Buy Luna Classic, 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 right over there as well. These were the zones that I've been supporting Luna Classic for so long, because the weekly time frame told me that, hey, Luna Classic looks amazing. And if I go to the weekly time frame, indeed, it was amazing. Look at this. This was amazing. And I've told so many people that this was a big support here, and we were holding that support and we moved higher. Now, this same exact thing, just the same way as I told about this weekly support, this was the weekly support that I was looking forward to, but it seems like the story is a little bit different on the daily. Okay? On the daily, I see 2-3 reasons for the bottoming out structure. Now, number one reason, actually it's 2 to 3. I said 2 to 3, right? So the number one is going to be market phases, and let's talk about the market phases. And the reason why I made this plan, I talked about this even 3 months ago when Luna Classic was trading up in these zones. I talked about the market phase of a distribution, a redistribution, and start of accumulation here, and start to move up, go sideways, and then keep on moving higher and take out this all-time high as well. And I think it's time to do that. Yeah, I think it's time to do that, because this is the market psychology that I still want to show you on the market phase that I want to show you right over there. And I need a perfect picture, still not getting one, stupid idiots. The distribution phases, I mean, come on, Google. I got people to update, do your thing really quickly. All right, yeah, thank goodness we got a little bit of an example right there. So yeah, accumulation phase, and you can see this is the start of the markup phase. This is where I'm starting to think the markup phase actually is happening, because previously this is what happened, okay? Accumulation phase, reaccumulation, distribution phase, redistribution, markdown phase. This is done. Distribution, redistribution, and the mark to the downside. That is all this right over here. And I think it starts for this markup phase, something very similar to this right over here is what I'm looking for, that next right over there. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing is the RSI. I talked about the RSI some few times ago, and I said it's at the lowest that it was in June, back in June. The same time when I was saying that, hey, get Luna Classic, was the same place where I thought that there's gonna be like this. But for some few reason, I thought it's gonna go to 10,000 first and, you know, probably make a bullish divergence. Like the prices were meant to move lower, and the RSI could actually pump a little bit, make the divergence happen, and this would be an amazing entry. Look, I kind of like wanted to get the cheapest for you, but anyways, it didn't work out to go down to 10,000. But the green box met multiple times, and that's what really matters. That's the green box. This green box was meant for buying. I just didn't buy it at the green box myself. I just wanted to buy here. Got a little bit overconfident right there. But now the second thing was the RSI, and again on the RSI there's one more thing I want to tell you. Again on the RSI, that look at this particular break, and you can see that the markup phase that I just showed you, where's that picture? Where's that stupid picture? Yeah, this one. So when you look at this resistance right over here, you can see that you do have the accumulation resistance, and you break out of the reaccumulation resistance. This is this accumulation that I see. And you can see that line up here, this line that is going down right over there. You've actually moved sideways, and you have finally popped out of that line. So I want to actually drag this one up a little bit like that, and you're going to see this, and I'm going to zoom in right over there and look at this. Now, I ended up buying it actually. I think I should have bought it at the retest, but it's okay. And you can see that it popped out of it. Maybe just come back a little bit. The RSI could actually come down. We could even see a little bit of a prices move to the downside, but that is not guaranteed. I just ended up buying because I know the nature of this coin. You never know. When it gets bullish, you just never know if it's going to come down to retest or not. And considering that I'm buying long term, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter if you come down to 14 or 16. I told you this even in yesterday's video, and that for me maybe could be a good opportunity if it comes down, if you're looking in this video in the future, and then boom. So the next target on the RSI is one resistance, and that is up here to this all-time high. Go up there, and that's where it makes sense, because you've actually made the support of the daily down at the lowest of the RSI. You made it down here, you made it down there, you made it down here again, and anytime you came down to those levels, you always made a reaction to the upside. Now you had this resistance and you broke out of the resistance. It's time to tackle the middle point of that resistance and move even to the upside as well. Now that was the second thing. Now the third thing that I want to talk about, apart from the RSI and the market, the markup phase and something like that, there's one more line that just came into my notice right now. And let's remove all the drawings because it's important to talk about this line again. And that is going to be, if I take the trend line, this one right over here on the daily, and let's drag it all the way out like that, and boom. Okay, you're trying to climb out of this zone. Let me actually drop it just right over there. Okay, so you can already see that previously I didn't notice this, but later on I came to notice it. So this was some few touches right here, one touch right over there, you had this touch right over here, and you had that touch right over there, and now you're breaking it right over here as well. Look at that. So breaking this also means a very good sign to continue higher. And then again, there is another reason. Reason number 4 is going to be the following. Let's compare the history of when Luna Classic made this rally. What were the signs that made this rally? What were the signs that made this rally as well? So let's go back. All right. So here we are. Bottom out like this, move sideways, boom, 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 boom. Move to the upside. You can see that if I zoom in back in June, there was always this small rounded sign. Okay, so look at this sign, that was a rounded kind of a sign pattern right there, and then completely took off to the space, go to Mars. And another example that I want to actually show you before you moved on the next rally, look at that. You did have this wick down there, move a little bit lower, make a little bit of that curve, and then take over again. So the curve always happened, and the curve was always at the biggest sign that is going to happen. And notice how previously you made this one rally, and next to it you made that red candle that got invalidated, and from there you completely broke the resistance right here and you just took over the world. Okay, those are the signs that happened again. It happened again, and I cannot even ignore the sign that just happened here. So if I zoom in right there, you can see how early we already are. And if history repeats again, finger crossed, this is TA, nothing is guaranteed here. My TA says that that's the same rounded thing that we have, and the same potentially, even that technical target could perhaps show this to there, break out of this place right here from the top to bottom. The target is nearly coming in. That is actually going to be 16,572. Move out of there, completely take over and shoot to the upside. One more, even the fifth reason is on the 4-hour time frame. We do have the EMAs with the bullish cross of the EMA. Okay, and look at the 4-hour time frame. You already have that 55, the 10, the 20, and the 55 crossing, and it's pretty much a confirmed bullish cross. Move to the upside, it came for the retest, move to the upside, you're gonna fall back, and I think the 10 EMA is time to be supported. The 10, bounce off the 10 like this, like this, like this, and move higher. And if you do come a little bit down, you can actually just come to the 20, move down to 15,000, bounce off the 15,000, and move even higher. That for me is buying for the long term. And that's pretty much it for this update. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.